All right. It's adventure time. So we are heading out on the trails somewhere. We're doing something a lot different
Than we normally, than we have.
This one's a little out of our comfort zone. Not really.
Do you think?
No, because being from Alberta, we're used to the mountains and we're used to camping and winter camping and all that kind of stuff. So what we're doing is we're heading to West Texas, south, like Espanol, south.
Big Bend, south.
Big Bend National Park. We're going to be heading out there to do a little bit of wheeling and camping. We're going to do some primitive camping out on the trails. So this is going to be a big one. This Jeep is kind of unproven at this point. Very unproven. So we figure what better way to prove it is to take it out into the wilderness, into the middle of nowhere. And
that wasn't a we, that was a you.
Yeah, that was a me. So we got, we're driving all the way to Uvalde tonight. We're gonna hotel it for one last posh experience. And then we are driving another 5 hours tomorrow to get to the trailhead, to Big Bend. So then we're gonna spend the rest of the day wheeling around. And then we're gonna camp primitive somewhere out there. There's a bunch of primitive camping. And then the next day we're gonna wheel around a bunch more. We're just gonna explore Big Bend as much as we can in the day and a half, day and 3/4 that we're gonna have. And then we're gonna start driving back. And we don't really have a plan after that of where to stay or what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna kind of wing it. But we got everything in the LJ as much done as we can. Spoiler, I got the lockers working. I still don't have AC, but that's not a big deal. And oh, look what we did. Tanya and I did this. So we I looked at a jerry can, because when you're heading out into the middle of nowhere, what better thing to do than to have gas? So that was our little fab shop experience. And then other than that, everything's packed in here. I'm going to go through what we packed kind of as we go, because there's quite a bit of crap in there and I don't want to pull it all back out again. So Tanya did a great job of playing Tetris and managed to get all of our crap in there.
Yep, maybe.
So we don't want to un-Tetris it.
We could.
No. We're going to get gas and hit the highway. So we'll see you in a bit. All right. Good morning. It's early. No, it's not.
I mean, it could be early somewhere.
We slept in a little bit because we had a long night. Yeah, we got in a little later than expected because we had a little bit of auto trouble. The front passenger caliper decided to lock up and smoke more than anybody really desires.
I was scared. He was not.
Yeah, Tanya might have pooped a little. So we ended up turning around and going to a little mechanic shop. Well, a mechanic shop that I vowed never to go to again, but it was the only one open. And by the time we got there, it had unseized itself and we managed to get away. But that rotor and those pads are not in good shape.
But he's okay with that because we can still travel to Big Bend.
It's running straight. So, and you can't smell brake burning, so I think we're... Just send it. So just at the gas station, we just got gas, filled up the jerry can, and we're hitting the highway. We got 4 hour, 40-minute drive-ish to the park. So we're just going to take our time and get there when we get there. So yeah, we'll check in a little while. All right.
Yeah.
I guess we made it.
Well,
kind of.
to the trailhead. I guess it's
to the park. It's not even. It's the park entrance.
It's just the park entrance.
Yeah, so we hit the highway, I don't know, late start like we said, but we made it to Big Bend.
So we're here.
We're here. It's actually really nice, like 22 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Ish. 40, 60, yeah, 70 something Fahrenheit. So yeah, we're just gonna go down and get registered and get our park pass and stuff, and then start hitting the trails. So now's the time we're gonna pull out the GoPros and actually show some video footage of some cool stuff that we find. So yeah, stick around. It's gonna be an adventure. All right, we're at the Old Ore Road trailhead. See? So fuel vehicles, yep, no problem. 4-wheel drive required. I think we got that covered. Kinda, maybe. All our GoPros are dead.
It's depressing.
Because I failed at charging them, apparently.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let them charge as we kind of travel into the trailhead here, and we'll see how things go. But this road is apparently pretty sketchy. It's washed out pretty bad, some pretty off camber, 50-degree stuff. So we're gonna go in and see what we think of it, and then who knows, we might turn around and come back out. But we'll see how she goes. All right, so we've been cruising along. My cameras were all dead. I've got some video of the trail. So far, this is Old Ore Road. When we checked in at the visitor center, they said it was pretty washed out. So we're, I don't know, 5.5 miles in so far, and it's not bad. Tanya hasn't clenched the grab handles for dear life yet, so
But it's coming.
it's definitely coming. I think this trail was almost 16 miles, so we definitely still got a ways to go. I haven't even been in 4-wheel drive yet, so we'll keep cruising. So according to the fancy app that I downloaded, we're averaging about 5 miles an hour. And there's a lovely headstone. McKinney Spring died here, apparently. Maybe he was 4-wheel driving.
Maybe.
In a 2005 Jeep Wrangler. If you've never been to Big Bend, this is our first time, and there's lots to do here. We just did a backcountry pass that got us 2 nights of backcountry packing. The only downside is you have to pick your campsites in advance, which I didn't know. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely something to consider, because I might have done things a little bit differently had I known. So I kind of had to make stuff up on the fly. In this Old Ore Road that we're on, while I got your attention, holy, that's a big rut. While I got your attention, the park ranger lady, super nice, but very, and Old Ore Road is, you know, it's bad. What kind of vehicle do you drive? And I told her, she's like what? Like I said a Jeep, and she's like, well, like a Wrangler? And I'm like, yeah, 4-inch lift, 35-inch tires. And the first thing she said is, do you have a full-size spare and a way to change it? And I can definitely see why she said that. There's a lot of sharp rocks, like it's very hard and rocky. So I'm aired down to like 20 pounds on the tires. I could probably go a bit more, but that'll definitely soak up some of the rocks. Yeah, this is the washout. Okay, I gotta pay attention. Anyways, aired down, that'll soak up some of the rocks. Hopefully we don't puncture a tire.
These ones are so sharp.
Yeah.
You think it's not going to get any worse than this?
No. I don't know. According to All Trails, I should get paid for all this advertising. All Trails, the reviews that are on there, a lot of the guys said they did them in stock Tacomas and some other stock vehicles. but I don't recall seeing a review like in 2025. So I'll leave a review though. If you want to see the review, go to All Trails and look up the Old Ore Road in Big Bend National Park. I'll put a review in there too along with the video. But, oh yeah, this is sketchy. Okay, so we're 3/4 of the way through the Old Ore Road, whatever it's called, trail, and it's not horrible. Some off-camber stuff, definitely the 35s with a 4-inch lift makes it bearable. I think if we were in a smaller Jeep, yeah, there was some stuff where long wheelbases would have definitely got high centered. So anyway, we found our campsite for the night because we thought it'd be a fantastic idea to backcountry camp like we used to do at home.
In the Rockies.
In the Rockies, find some crown land. We even did it in the middle of winter when it was like minus 476.
I mean, seriously.
And
well, maybe just -1.
no, we were out when it was minus 30.
It was cold.
It was cold. And so right as we were, I don't know, 10 minutes away from our turn in for the campsite, the wind decided that it needed to make a presence.
Yeah.
And
it's terrible.
I swear there's mobile homes and chickens and everything else flying by. It's got to be 50 miles an hour, if anything. Like it rocks the Jeep when it hits. So let me see if I can show you. I gotta unzip this. Bear with me. There's our little tent for the night, and you can see it kind of winging. I got the Jeep parked in such a way to try and block it, but in the event that we wake up in Mexico, can somebody please come and get us? Like, I don't know. We are, even if we finish Black Gap, we're probably another 45 minutes worth of trail to go. Then we got to get back to the highway. Then it's about another 2 hours out to somewhat remote civilization. And then it's probably another 2 or 3 hours to some sort of hotel that isn't a fishing shack. So we're in it for the long haul tonight. It's gonna be a rough night, but we'll definitely see how we make out.
It's gonna be a long haul. It'll be terrible, I think.
It's what, 7 o'clock now.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna sit here for a couple of hours and try and get tired, and then see if we can get even just a few hours sleep tonight. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'm not feeling very inspired right now.
I'm feeling inspired.
I can handle cold
I'm inspired.
to get out of here. I can handle cold. I can handle hot. I hate wind. It just makes my ears hurt. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. We brought a camp stove to make hot dogs and
Tacos in a bag.
tacos in a bag and some other, you know, fun camping stuff. It's too windy to light the camp stove. So we're eating beef jerky and barbecue mesquite kettle chips.
Yeah,
That's
great
supper
for us.
Yep. All right. Back to doing nothing. And maybe it'll be a beautiful sunset. We'll record it if it is. No. Though I think the sun's gonna get blown away here in a minute. There's pretty rays coming through the clouds though. So it's I don't know, later than it was, and we are on our way out. The wind was so bad, it literally pretty much blew the tent out. So yeah, plus we're old and trying to sleep on the ground was brutal. So now we're navigating the rest of the trail out. The gas station's open 24 hours. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do. There's Wi-Fi over there. So we'll see if we can figure out a new game plan here. All right, we'll check with you in a bit. All right, good morning.
Good morning. I don't know.
Is it a good morning?
It's a morning. It's a morning.
Okay, so yeah, we didn't make it in the bush last night. You saw the little clip of us kind of driving out. The wind was just howling. It was so bad.
I don't know that I've ever really experienced camping like that.
Well, there was a couple times when the kids were little. When it poured. Remember when it poured rain and we were just soaking wet, and the tent was wet, and we ended up
Wet. And
we were wet and cold. We weren't cold at all, but the wind was so bad it was actually collapsing the tent on us.
It was smacking my face.
And the little fine particles of sand.
Oh,
So it's like
my
dust
gosh.
obviously in the desert. And man, with the fly over the tent, there's the screen on top, and it doesn't seal up. And so when the wind would kick, it would blow that dust, and we were just covered in
Yeah, it was
desert
different.
dust.
I wasn't prepared for this.
You know, we broke park rules
Why?
because they told us not to take
Yeah.
out any fossils or anything, and we took out probably about 8 pounds of dirt with us. So we ended up driving, I don't know, into some little town about an hour and a half away, and found a hotel to stay in for the night. Which I'm not going to complain.
We old.
King size bed. It was
Yeah.
definitely nicer than sleeping in a windblown tent. So the plan for today, it's cold. It's cool. It is 5 degrees Celsius right now. So what's that, 30, 40-ish? Double it at 30, yeah, 40-ish, 41.
Don't know.
So we're actually gonna head back out. There was one trail that I want to do, and that's Black Gap. That was kind of the whole purpose for this trip. We did Old Ore Road yesterday, and it was all right. So now we're gonna head back into the park. We're gonna do Black Gap. It's supposed to be kind of drizzly a lot of the day, and of course we got no top, which isn't a big deal, but it's cold. When that wind comes through, it back of my arm gets numb.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna probably start making our way back. I think we're gonna hit Uvalde tonight. There's Wi-Fi in the park at the visitor center thing. And oh yeah, you wanted to get some swag, like a t-shirt or whatever.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
me
think.
too.
Like I think being in Big Bend has been like eye-opening. I always compare it to the Rockies, and I should stop doing that because nothing is going to compare to the Rockies. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with my brain, but
I'm having fun so far. This has been an adventure for sure.
Yes.
And the Jeep has been
all right.
It's been all right. That front caliper locked up again last night, but I managed to break it free. Tanya's real good at smelling brake burn now, so it's like something's hot, and then I know to stop and you know, do a little S turn, and it seems to free up. So we're just gonna keep limping along.
We're praying.
Everything else is good. Yeah, we're praying lots.
We're gonna make it to San Antonio tonight. That's my guess.
Yeah. So anyway, on the road, we'll we got some good footage. We'll get some today as well, and we'll kind of stitch that in here as we go. All right. Seatbelts on, and we'll see you in a bit. Yeah, it's cold, especially on the back of the neck. It's on your seatbelt, doesn't work. That's awesome. Must have broke it.
It won't even pull.
It won't even pull. It's completely locked up. So we'll just be extra careful. So don't give me crap about the seatbelt. And that wind is loud. Okay. Kind of a little bit rainy. Off-road vehicle travel is prohibited. So what they're saying is don't drive off the roads. So this is an access road to the Black Gap. OHV, which is where we're headed. Tanya's all bundled up and warm. It's a little bit rainy. Temperature is a balmy, I don't know, somewhere around 10 degrees Celsius. So 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Did that math in my head. This one, how long did we say it was? 16 miles?
Yeah.
So this is the access road to it. This actually isn't the trail. We got to do 8.5 miles on this stuff to get there. So yeah, we'll check back when we get to the trailhead. Ooh, look, river.
A river, that's not a river.
That's not a river. Don't poop in there though, and no digging 6 inches in there.
No. No, not allowed.
Okay, so we just were cruising along on the access road, and
It's a bit bumpy.
it's pretty rocky. You saw it on the other footage there. So I just aired down. We're gonna have to probably air down for Black Gap anyway. I took about 10 pounds out of each tire, so we're down about 18 pounds ish. So we'll keep going and we'll check in on the trailhead. Okay, this looks like the Black Gap trailhead.
Yep.
It took us almost an hour to get here from the main thing.
I think we've been trail riding for an hour.
Yeah, we've
already.
been already trail riding for an hour. So yeah, 16 miles long. Let me start my fancy app that's gonna track our stuff.
It was nice. Like, don't get me wrong here. It was a nice trail ride. I liked it.
So 16.7 miles, 954 feet gain.
Oh, so going up a little bit. Not much.
Start
though.
now. Attention. Low power mode, battery optimization. Yeah, that's not a problem. All right.
All right, let's go.
Here we go.
Hello, Black.
Okay, it's a few different ways to go through this spot.
Up high.
You want to go up high?
I don't care.
Or you want to go right down the middle?
I don't even care.
Let's go right down the gut.
Yeah, but look how bumpy it is.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. We're just trying to break old Leroy.
I just bottomed out that tire on the fender. Okay, so we finished lunch. Just off on the trail there, everything's good. As we were finishing up, we saw this stock Gladiator coming down the trail, the same place that we just came down. So kudos to him.
Yeah.
He's got street tires and the whole 9 yards. He seems to be doing all right. Yeah, so we're just out enjoying it. We got some pretty decent clouds off on the horizon. Hopefully it doesn't start pouring rain on us. But we're just going to keep moving around. We'll let you know if anything interesting happens. Alright, still moseying along. I forgot to unpause the trails thing, so I don't know how far we are in now. According to this, we're only 1.8 miles, but that's not true. Our little Gladiator buddy's still behind us. He's keeping up step for step.
Are you sure?
Nope. But we're gonna go for it.
Yep, it is better. There we go.
That guy, he's following me trail for trail. That's awesome. Okay, I don't. Oh, is he gonna do this? I will be impressed if he actually does this.
Are we gonna do this?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it.
Are you gonna help him do this?
He's gonna do it. I'm gonna go help this guy here, see if he can. Around here.
You should have gone down there, babe.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
The path has me here.
I don't care. It looks way better down there. Do whatever. I think you should have went down there because this is pretty steep. See, and people are coming on there and going up. What is that?
That was the fender rubbing.
See, he's got it.
Yeah. Okay. So we just finished Blackout.
It was pretty good.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I butt puckered once, and I think I actually got it on video. We went through. I took a harder path than I probably normally would have chosen, and we articulated so much, the tires were rubbing fenders everywhere. But we got through it without breaking anything. So, I mean, I haven't checked if we left any plastic on the trail, but it was really good. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed this one.
I think you liked that one better than the other one, yeah?
By far.
By far, yeah. It was a lot shorter too, so it was a quick in, quick out. But
it had, like, I don't know. It was nicer. It was nicer scenery too.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a whole wrap-up thing at the end. Right now, it is starting to rain. As you can hear the windshield wiper squeaking. So we've got a river road trail. So we did the Black Gap from north to south. So now we're on the river road. And we're gonna kind of wind it back to the main trails and then head out, and yeah, and then start making our way back home. So, but yeah, we'll wrap it up a little bit later. All right, stick around. we just finished a really scenic tour. We were supposed to be out of the park like 2 hours ago, but we're still here.
We wanted to see Mexico.
Yeah, because apparently Tanya was holding the map upside down when I was reading it, and we went completely the opposite way from where we were supposed to go.
Freight train?
So it's her fault.
I wasn't holding a map.
Yep. So anyway, we took a real scenic tour and came all the way down through here. I got video footage. I'll put it. I can't remember the name of the trail. Spring Road something. River Road.
Yeah.
It's like a 50+ mile trail. And honestly, I did hint to Tanya that I wanted to do it, but
it was gorgeous.
It was really nice. We went right along the Mexico border, right along the river, and just, you know, really gorgeous canyon views and stuff like that. So it was worth it. So let's wrap this thing up, shall we?
Let's wrap it.
Let's wrap it.
Let's wrap it.
So for those that are new to the channel, welcome. Few new subscribers and stuff. So this is another tour. This isn't an adventure park though. This is actually a national park, Big Bend National Park. And I got to learn to do a few things different because I just assume everybody watches all of the videos. This is a 05 LJ Rubicon with 35-inch tires and a 4-inch lift. So that puts it into perspective, the trails that we just did. And I had a lot of fun. I honestly did. Yesterday was...
I did today.
Yeah, yesterday was real bad with
rough.
the wind and the trail just wasn't great. But Black Gap from north to south,
it was awesome.
even in the rain, we had some fun.
Yeah.
So today we saw overcast and cold. Now it rained, now it's gone, and now the sun's shining, and it's like, I don't know, 15, 16 degrees Celsius.
Yep.
So it's really nice. But yeah, overall, what do you think?
It was worth the long drive here
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, so long drive meaning 9 hours and change one way. So we got like a 19-hour drive round trip with gas and stops and everything like that. So, and we spent pretty much a full day in the park when you break it over the 2 days. So lots of fun, good time.
It was good.
I think we'll
really
be back.
enjoyed it.
There's so much more to do in this park than what we did. They got a hot springs that we never even went to.
No.
We were going to, but Tanya took us the wrong way.
Would you stop telling him I took you the wrong way? He had all trails on.
Yeah, all trails steered me wrong, kind of. Oh, and before I do close, I want to comment on one thing. There was a guy, I said it a bunch, in a Gladiator that followed us on that Black Gap trail. Tanya and I actually spoke to him at the end when we came out, and he was just excited. He was elated. That's the first time he'd ever been out four-wheeling. He just literally bought that truck.
Crazy.
Like off the lot.
Brand new, and he took it out here.
Yeah, and you saw some footage of that. I helped spot him once because there was a pretty good scramble there. So anyway, kudos to that guy. I would never have done it, honestly. In a stock rig, I never would have done that trail. But yeah, hats off to him. And that just goes to show, if you got a rig and you want to go and you're nervous about going out, just go. There's always people out on the trail that can give you a hand. If you're unsure about something, there's lots of people in all different kinds of four-wheel drives. It doesn't have to be Jeeps. They'll gladly share some knowledge with you. I do.
Yeah.
So just get out, have a little bit of fun. So that's going to do it for, where are we again? Big Bend. That's going to do it for Big Bend.
Big Bend.
But there's lots more to come. We have one more major trip this year planned. Well, kind of planned. Two. But the four-wheel.
Listen, I'm more excited about number 2.
Yeah.
Personally.
We're going back to Destin. I'm going to let that cat out of the bag. Our daughter and son-in-law are headed out there. We're going to go join them on their vacation for a couple of days. But we've got a big off-road trip planned. Well, I have a big off-road trip planned.
We're going to have to prepare a little differently for camping. It's
good that we took this out because we shook it down. There's a few things that I need to address, heat being one of them up in the cab. Yeah. We got a lot of heat coming up through the transmission tunnel. And like Tanya was cooking breakfast in there, just scrambling eggs. It was great.
It was hot.
It was hot.
It's so gross.
So a few things to address, nothing major, just, the typical stuff. This is a good shakedown. So where we're going, we would go now, except there's still snow. So that'll give you a kind of an inclination. It is a 17-hour one-way drive. So
it better be good.
it'll be good.
It better be.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.